stop right now and admit it. You are wasting your life as if you have an eternity, but the truth is that you are slowly dying under the weight of other people's expectations. You came here because you feel that your uniqueness is suffocating, and your time is slipping through your fingers while you try to fit into fake ideals. We are going to perform an audit of your consciousness and walk through the darkest corners where there is no room for self-deception. At each of the 6 stages, 2 objects will appear before you. One represents your attachment to your chains, and the other is your chance to step into freedom. This test is not here to brush your ego. It is here to reveal your true motives that you hide even from yourself. Marcus Aurelius dissected his soul this way every night, knowing that without it, he would be just a shadow of an emperor and not the master of his own mind. Get ready. You will either leave here with an understanding of your strength, or you will finally break, realizing how dependent you really are. Choose with your heart, but remember that your choice is the sentence you pass upon yourself. Stage 1. The source of your value. We begin our journey to self-discovery, and 2 heavy objects appear before you, an iron ring and a bronze bracelet. The ring has always been a symbol of personal status and power, while the bracelet is a sign that you belong to a specific group or crowd. Think for a moment about which of these signs you are ready to wear right now to confirm your right to respect in society. I will leave you in silence for 10 seconds so you can feel their weight and make your first defining choice. If you chose the iron ring, you have become a slave to your career and social status. You spend all your energy maintaining the image of a successful person that you forced upon yourself out of fear of looking weak or average. Your stoicism is just a way to endure a job you hate and a toxic environment just to keep a fancy title or a business card. You are afraid of losing this ring because without it, you feel completely empty and invisible to the world around you. Your discipline is not an act of will, but the result of your panic that people will call you a loser. You have no idea how to rest because any break feels like a defeat in an endless career race. You are building your life for people you don't even respect, hoping to get at least a drop of recognition from them. Your value to yourself depends entirely on how highly others judge you, based on your external attributes. This is a direct path to burnout, where only exhaustion and the realization of wasted time wait for you at the end. It is time to admit that this ring does not give you real power. It only confirms your total dependence on external validation. If you chose the bronze bracelet, you are pathologically dependent on the approval of your social group, and you are terrified of being rejected or laughed at. You constantly adjust your interests and opinions to fit others, afraid to speak your mind if it goes against the majority. Your uniqueness was erased long ago because you always choose what allows you to stay one of the guys in any company. You spend huge amounts of money and time on things you don't need just to meet the standards of your current social circle. Your kindness and readiness to always help is just a way to buy security through the loyalty of the people around you. You are terrified of conflict and ready to make any compromise just to avoid being alone. Your stoicism is just the mask of a convenient person that helps you avoid responsibility for your own personal choices. You forgot what you actually want long ago because you always ask for advice from those who don't live their own lives. Your hidden thoughts are occupied with finding ways to please the crowd even more, hoping it will make you whole. The day will come when you are left alone, and you will realize that behind this bracelet there is no real personality, only a set of other people's expectations. Stage 2. Your fuel. We continue our path to self-discovery, and now 2 vessels are before you. In one, a gold-colored liquid shimmers, and in the second, a silver-colored liquid. Gold has always meant the desire for external shine, wealth, and quick fame, while silver symbolizes cold logic, internal purity, and hidden strength. What will you drink to get the energy to overcome life's obstacles? You have 10 seconds to think. If you chose the gold liquid chew, your main motivation is the hunger for quick money and external confirmation of your success. You are ready to spend your life chasing bright attributes that allow you to look richer and more successful than you actually are. Your hidden thoughts are constantly busy searching for shortcuts and schemes that will give you an instant result without deep work on yourself. You believe that happiness can be bought, and therefore you put material goals above your mental health and peace of mind. Your stoicism is just a tool to grit your teeth and endure any humiliation for the sake of future profit. You constantly compare your income with the success of others, and this comparison poisons every day with a feeling of inferiority. Your energy burns out quickly because it feeds on external factors that you cannot fully control. You are afraid of silence and peace because in them you realize that your race for gold has no finish line. The day will come when you get everything you dreamed of, but you will find that a gaping emptiness remains inside you. It is time to understand that true brilliance comes from within, not from how many zeros are in your bank account. If you chose the silver liquid, you are prone to intellectual arrogance and emotional coldness toward the world. You believe that your logic and knowledge make you superior to ordinary people who chase the cheap gold of recognition. Your hidden problem is an inability to feel sincere emotions and empathy, which you have replaced with dry analysis and calculation. You use philosophy as a way to distance yourself from reality and justify your isolation from society. It seems to you that you see through the world, but in fact you are simply afraid to touch its dirty and unpredictable side. You are so caught up in the purity of your ideas that you have completely stopped acting, turning into a cold observer of your own life. Your silver gives you clarity, but it does not give you the warmth necessary for building real, living relationships with people. You are proud of your calmness, but behind it lies cowardice in the face of real emotions that can throw you off balance. Your energy is ice that cannot create, it can only preserve what has been dead for a long time. Start opening up to the world, otherwise your silver wisdom will become your grave in which you will freeze in total loneliness. Stage 3. The strategy of struggle. Your journey continues, and now we will check how you react to direct threats and crises in your life. Before you lie a dagger and a shield, which symbolize your habitual model of behavior in conflict situations. The dagger requires a readiness to attack and suppress, while the shield represents the habit of closing off and waiting for the problem to disappear on its own. What will you take in your hands right now to protect your right to lead? 10 seconds start now. If you chose the dagger, you are constantly in a state of hidden aggression and try to control everything by putting pressure on those around you. You snap at loved ones and colleagues at the slightest disagreement because you perceive any other opinion as an attack on your authority. In fact, you are just very scared and don't trust life, so you try to stab the problem before it causes you pain. Your strength is actually the weakness of a person who does not know how to manage their internal chaos and fear. You spend a massive amount of time and energy fighting windmills, instead of creating something valuable. Your habit of attacking first destroys your connections and prevents you from finding loyal allies in business and life. You believe that only through conflict can you achieve a result, but in the end you are left alone on a scorched field. Your hidden thoughts are full of plans for revenge and protection that don't give you a minute of real peace. You are a prisoner of your own combativeness, which prevents you from seeing peaceful and more effective ways of development. It is time to admit that a true Stoic wins without entering the battle, because his mind is invulnerable to external provocations. If you chose the shield, you have become a professional master of avoiding any sharp corners and responsibility for your fate. You endure low pay, bad relationships, or a boring job for years, hoping that everything will someday change by itself. Your problem is cowardice in the face of reality, which you call resource preservation or inner peace. You simply go into your shell every time a situation requires a decisive step or an open conversation from you. This shield does not protect you from problems. It only prevents you from moving forward and changing your life for the better. You have turned into a passive observer who lets other people decide for you how to live and what to do. You fear pain so much that you have completely given up any deep feelings or ambitious goals. Your hidden thoughts are busy searching for excuses for your inaction and fear of risk. You consider your endurance a virtue, but in fact it is just a slow fading away in a safe but gray comfort zone. Throw away the shield and go into open battle with your fears, otherwise you will spend your whole life in a deep and cramped trench. True growth is possible only where you are ready to take a hit and answer it with your action. Stage 4. The honesty check. We move to an important, the most serious stage of your audit. Before you are two different mirrors. The first mirror shows you all your flaws in the ugliest form, and the second mirror shows you your ideal image, how you want to appear to the world. Where will you look first to understand who you really are? You have 10 seconds. If you looked into the first mirror, you are engaged in endless self-criticism and always consider yourself not good enough for success. You spend hours and days analyzing your past failures, which leaves you with absolutely no energy for real deeds in the present. Your problem is toxic perfectionism, which kills any of your initiatives and doesn't let you launch a single important project. You are your own harshest and most unfair judge, finding flaws even where they objectively do not exist. You are in love with the role of a victim of your character, justifying your inaction and fear of possible failure. This mirror reflects only your fears, depriving you of confidence and the right to make a mistake, without which no progress is possible. You are so busy staring at your imperfections that you have stopped noticing real opportunities that are right under your nose. Your stoicism has turned into a form of self-torture where you enjoy your deep reflection without moving from the spot. It is time to break this mirror and start acting, accepting yourself with all your gaps and shortcomings. True strength is not about finding all the mistakes in yourself, but about moving forward knowing you have the right to be imperfect. If you looked into the second mirror, you live in a world of illusions and are terrified of facing the real state of affairs in your life. You spend huge efforts on maintaining your successful image in the eyes of others, completely ignoring your real problems. Your hidden self is suffocating under layers of fake identity and lies that you use to create the appearance of an ideal stoic. You are afraid to be yourself, because you think your true personality is not interesting and doesn't deserve love. Your mirror flutters you, feeding your ego and preventing you from seeing the areas where you really need to grow. You are a master of faking success, but inside lives a scared little child who fears exposure more than anything in the world. You have believed in your mask so much that you stopped distinguishing it from your real face. Your stoicism is just a decoration for social media, behind which total disorientation in life is hidden. The day will come when this mirror breaks, and you will have to face reality without filters and embellishments. It is time to find the courage and look at the real you, otherwise you will live the life of a ghost in a beautiful package. Stage 5. Your baggage. Your path to self-discovery continues, and now we need to understand what you are dragging behind you from the past. Before you appear an ebony box in an old chest. The box is meant for storing your innermost secrets that you are afraid to trust the world with, while the chest is packed with things that remind you of the golden times and past victories. What will you keep when everything else disappears? You have 10 seconds. If you chose the ebony box, you live a double life and are terrified that people will find out your hidden thoughts and actions. You spend a massive amount of energy maintaining a flawless image, hiding your real debts, addictions, or psychological problems. Your hidden problem is pathological insincerity, which deprives you of the chance to build truly deep and trusting relationships. You build your life on manipulation and lies, and this eternal fear of exposure eats your soul from the inside every day. You fear closeness because it is impossible to constantly wear the mask of a calm stoic in it. Your box is heavy with unsaid words and hidden actions that you keep as blackmail material against yourself. You feel isolated from the whole world, even in the middle of a noisy crowd, because nobody knows the real you. Your hidden pain is loneliness that you created for yourself out of fear of being misunderstood or rejected for your weaknesses. It is time to open this box and let your truth out, otherwise this secret weight will crush you completely. Real freedom and the magic of life begin where the need to constantly lie to yourself and others disappears. If you chose the old chest, you live exclusively in your past and don't believe that anything worthwhile awaits you in the future. You are constantly going through your old victories and golden times, devaluing everything happening to you in the present moment. Your hidden problem is a paralyzing fear of the future, because of which you don't take risks and don't try yourself in new, profitable niches. You have turned into a bore who lives on memories instead of creating new real results here and now. You fear any change so much that you are ready to endlessly go through the junk in your chest just to avoid looking forward into the unknown. Your stoicism is an attempt to save face, when your real life has long ago lost any meaning and drive. You have become a hostage to your old success and fear that new attempts will end in a shameful and loud failure. Your hidden thought is the belief that your time has already passed, and you are just living out your days in the shadow of your past merits. Throw this chest away or burn it, otherwise its contents will finally choke any spark of creativity and desire to act in you. Your life is happening right now, not 10 years ago, and it's time to finally admit it and start everything with a clean slate. Stage 6, the final boundary. The final boundary of our test. Before you are two seals. The first seal is massive, made of dark stone, symbolizing the belief that your fate is already decided and you influence nothing. The second seal is light, made of bright metal, symbolizing your full responsibility for every step and every decision in this world. Which one will you press against your destiny? You have the final 10 seconds. If you chose the first seal, you have finally surrendered to the mercy of fatalism and given up the fight for the right to be the author of your own reality. You believe that everything in your life is predetermined by fate, and use this as a convenient excuse for your laziness and inaction. Your stoicism has turned into a poison of indifference that robs you of the will to change and turns you into a piece of wood floating with the current of other people's desires. You fear responsibility for your choices so much that you are ready to accept even the worst scenario just to avoid making decisions yourself. You are simply a passive spectator in the theater of your own life, proud that you accept fate, when in fact you have simply surrendered to difficulties. Your hidden thoughts are busy searching for external reasons for your failures, whether it's the crisis, politics, or bad upbringing. You gave up even before the battle began because you believe that nothing in this world depends on your personal efforts. If you don't start acting right now, your life will pass you by, leaving only the bitterness of realizing that you didn't even try to fight. If you chose the second seal, you are paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong choice and are forever stuck in a stage of endless planning and preparation. You are terrified of drawing even one real line on the map of your life, because it will limit all other imaginary options. Your problem is a fear of uncertainty, because of which you want 100% guarantees of success where they cannot exist by definition. You wait for years for the ideal moment that will never come, and you spend your energy preparing for a life that never starts. You are an architect of air castles who is afraid to lay the first real brick in the foundation of his business or relationships. Your stoicism is theoretical mastery that has never been tested in action, and has not brought you a single real euro or dollar. You are so busy studying horizons and possibilities that you don't notice how the years of your life are slipping through your fingers for nothing. Your hidden thoughts are a paralysis of will disguised as thorough preparation and an intellectual search for your true purpose. Take the first step into total unknown and put your decision on paper. Otherwise, you will remain a bodiless ghost in your own home. The audit is over. You have seen your hidden thoughts face to face, and now you have no excuses to continue this imitation of life. You have seen your attachments, your fears, and your deep illusions without embellishment and extra words. Every choice you made in this test is a mirror of your real psychological problems that prevent you from earning money and being a truly free person. Now you know the truth. And this truth is your only weapon in the fight for your authentic uniqueness. What will you do with this realization today? Will you continue to wear your masks, or will you finally risk being yourself? Your new life begins right now, the moment you close this video and take your first real action.